Hey, what's going on, guys? Kalamazi here. I don't have much of a voice. I don't really feeling the best, but I want to make a video today talking about some day one patch 10.2 emergency things for Warlock. Questions about what builds to play early on, embellishments, talent builds, new sims, new builds emerging, races, all that kind of stuff, and hopefully answer questions you might have about that stuff. I've gotten a lot of them on stream. With me being a little under the weather, I want to hit on all that for you guys and, hopefully help y'all out. Like always, weak course add-ons down below if you want them. Twitch, Discord links. Let's just get into it. I'm not feeling the best. All right, so getting into the builds here for Af, Demo, and Destro. When it comes to Affliction next tier, keep in mind, you're like week 1, you're still playing your tier 30 Aberrus tier bonus. You haven't gotten a Mirror tier yet. So the Biotaint PS tier set, the Grimoire Felguard tier set for Demo, and CDF for Destro are all still active in initial early prog. When it comes to Af, honestly, not much is changing. Our new tier bonus does revolve around Soul Rot, but you're not playing Gluttony until you get it to reduce the cooldown on Soul Rot, so you play the same thing. Basically, everywhere you've been playing, not much really changes. Still playing Biotaint, the Visionary Haunted Soul build, still playing, Soul Rot with Clash Trinket, all that if you're playing 11 Visionary, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Af doesn't really change at all. If you like Af, if you're familiar with it, hey, good for you. Af so cranky playing the same build. When it comes to Destro, our bonus in 10.2 revolves around Dimensional Rift, but we don't have our bonus yet. Hopefully get it at some point, but Destro's tier bonus is very bad. Probably like, if you're playing Destro only, you're probably dead last in priority to get it. In my 16 years playing this game, I've never, well, I don't know how long it's been, but I've never seen a tier bonus be a 1% DPS gain from your 2-piece or your 4-piece. It is rough. You're still playing CDF with Aberrus tier early on, so you're, tier 30 stuff. You're still playing CDF and all that. You will not change to Dimensional Rift until you get your tier bonus from Mirror, which could be week 10. Who knows? It's so bad if you're playing Destro only. But I mean, when I say bad, like I think it's fun, it's interesting. But I mean, there's just a lot of like restrictions with it, like AOE. It needs buffs. Destro in general needs buffs. But I mean, like when I say bad, I mean like numerically. I think it's fun to hit, but in the end, it could be maybe changed a little differently. Either way, you're playing CDF. You're not swapping to Conflagration of Chaos or anything until you get your tier bonus, which is going to put you in, Dimensional Rift whenever you break the CDF bonus. When it comes to Demo, Demo is playing a different build. It's changed a lot over the past few weeks and months with PTR. So if you were playing Demonology, I would look to play this Immutable Hatred single target. If it changes here, it's not bugged out. Let's give it a shot. There we go. I would play this, Ring of Tyranny. It is the same build that I mentioned in the 10.2 Demonology guide, just playing Ring of Tyranny over Grand Warlock's design. You have Clash Trinket early on from 10-1 obviously. You're still playing tier 30 with Grimoire Felguard sync to your Tyrant. You have less demonic cores, so it might take a bit longer to get your Grimoire sync with Tyrant. Keep that in mind. Might have to hold Tyrant a little bit. By the way, I played this week 1 in the raid, and just go from there. Clash Trinket, and I probably like Iridius Fragment or whatever for every other Tyrant. But yeah, either way, if you can get a Balefire early on, that's great too. It syncs with every Tyrant, but that's that. Whenever you get your tier bonus from a Mirror, you'll swap to this build here, playing Grand Warlock's design over Ring of Tyranny. Now, when it comes to, there's been a couple of new Demo builds that have emerged over the past 48 hours. I'm not a huge fan of them, but take a look at them here. Keep in mind, this is the build I recommended in my Demo guide. I still recommend it over this one. But, so these builds here is the new highest simming single target Demonology build. I'll let it sink in. And here is the highest cleave simming build. Neither build is playing Soulbound Tyrant or Ring of Tyranny Grand Warlock's design. This is what happens when you overnerf Tyrant and whitelist, blacklist pets and all that stuff. This is what happens. You have a dead CD. Now, it's also playing Soul Strike in both builds. We've run Sims here. So this build here is the build we looked at a minute ago. Hatred single target with Grand Warlock's design with Vile Fiend. This build's playing Soul Strike, just so more data. The Naked Tyrant Soul Strike build, this build right here, is about 1.7k DPS higher than the Hatred single target build. With Vile Fiend and Grand Warlock's design and all that. Now, when you're doing 230k, 1.7k isn't like the end all be all. And when it comes to damage profiles, a 1-minute damage profile for Trinket sinks, albeit we have Balefire this tier, but I mean still, for a handful of reasons. 1-minute profiles are strong, sought after, for a handful of reasons and a wide variety of scenarios. It's a 0.8% DPS difference. Even if you look at it like more in depth here, the high end of this is 263. Comparatively to like Grand Warlock's being 256, and the low end is literally 209 versus Grand Warlock's being 208. So it's actually like relatively strong. But I played it a little bit. It feels pretty bad to play. There's a point in WoW in gaming where like quality of life is a concern. And this build is the worst quality life build I've ever played in my life. It just feels bad to play. I mean, maybe not the worst. And like honestly, if you get used to it, it probably isn't that bad. But like used to having Tyrant with 5 shards and Grand Warlocks or Rain for a while, it's not where I want to be. So for a handful of reasons, quality of life, enjoyment, 1-minute damage profile, playing Grand Warlock design instead, I am still recommending this build for 10-2. 1.7k, not going to make or break anything. If it does, the boss is probably overtuned. Either way, I mean, that's the act. Keep an eye on it. It could be bugged in Sims as well. The only reason I can think of Soul Strike being higher than Vile Fiend in this build here is maybe because you're playing double Pact of the Ant Mother, so it's more shard gen every 50 seconds with Soul Strike being cast. You're not playing Vile Fiend, so two more shards every minute and a half roughly. And in single target, you're playing both Sack Souls and Ant Mother, so it makes sense. More shards, more imps, more Ant Mother procs maybe, which means more Sack Souls value. Not sure. Gotta see where it goes, but that's basically that. If you're looking at builds for week 1 of 10.2, and then wanted to hit on this new build coming out too, because it's also pretty interesting. That's that. Now, when it comes to the spreadsheet, I'm going to flashbang here. I'm sorry, it's a little bright, but it is what it is. I updated the gearing section a bit here, for those that haven't looked recently. So, trinkets, Vessel of Skittering Shadows looks to be BIS across the board for basically every spec, from dungeons only. It's from Talazar, Balefire Branch, or Mirror from Waycrest and Galakron. I've updated the staff here as well. Iridol, actually a very good weapon. If you can grab this and farm it up early on, it's very strong. There's no stat reduction on this for the on-use effect. It's, from what I've seen, it's better than 9-use staff, depending on eye level, obviously, but it's very, very good. You can farm it up early. So it looks like you're going to be farming a lot of like Dawn of the Infinites, the first part of it, Talazars, some Waycrest for Balefire Branch. But I have gone through here and updated a handful of things in the spreadsheet. Crit and Verse is shifting to be a better stat for us in a lot of areas. I didn't change the list of Crit Verse. I'm not going to run a sim like that, but I mean, I'd encourage you to run your own drop points sims, your own sims when the patch hits, target gear, and go from there. But the big targets, probably a Talazar, Waycrest, and likely Dawn of the Infinite. Now, when it comes to racial sims, I was sent these sims earlier by somebody in Guild. I trust them. If they're wrong, don't blame me, blame them. But I mean, it seems to be relatively accurate, right? So we've got Destro, Demo, and AF here in single target. This build here, all the spec name builds here are just playing basically the same thing. Like, this is playing Dwarf. This is playing Human. It's the same thing, basically, no margin of error. And this is playing Human as well. Now, for Destro, you've got Human on top. They've been good for a while. Typically one of the better racials out there for the passive stat increase for Destro locks. Tauren, not bad with the crit bonus. Dwarf has something, I forgot what it is, but it's there. Void Elf, Goblin, Gnome, Night Elf, Troll. Orc is somewhere down here. It seems a bit low to me, honestly. But either way, I mean, like, 3-minute build versus 2-minute build, all that kind of stuff. Human looks to be pretty strong, right? If you're not afraid of swapping factions, maybe to Alliance, if you're Horde or whatever, Human looks to be good for Destro. Now, when it comes to Demonology, you've got Dwarf on top here. Just to verify, I'll scroll down here. The first build, which is called Demonology, is playing a Dwarf, just to clarify. Has Dwarf on top, followed by Tauren. I believe it's a crit bonus for Tauren as well, which crit is doing well for Demonology. Orc, and then Human. It's not a big margin of error here. 0.1% DPS, 150 DPS. So Human, not the best, but not the worst either. And if you consider, like, okay, Destro, Human is best, Demo, not terrible. Well, there's that. And just to actually go down here, let me grab these talents to verify what build they play, because I actually didn't do this. We're going to do it in the middle of this video, because I am sick. I don't want to deal with this. I'm not going to edit it out. So we're just going to go in. What build they play? Let's take a look here. Starting to shake. Awesome. That's lovely. They played this. Yeah, they played the Grand Warlock design build, the one I talked about 10 minutes ago in the single target video, right? So yeah, I mean, it's basically 1-minute build. I mean, you've got like Orc sitting up here, pet damage. Also, the 2-minute cooldown they have. Troll's a bit lower. You're not playing Pit Lord. You're not playing all that stuff anymore. Both are not terrible. If you're an Orc or Troll fan, it's all right. But Human and Orc are pretty close, and Human is basically BIS for Destro. And when it comes to AF, Human also on top. 221, 701, followed by Gnome, Goblin, Night Elf, Troll, Mecha Gnome, Nightborn, Tauren. Orc is sitting relatively far down here. I'm surprised Orc is this low with this 2-minute cooldown, but at the same time, like, I mean, Human has been strong for AF and Destro for a while, and I'm not surprised to see it this high. So I am currently a Troll. I would like, I mean, I think it's more of an AF demo tier at this point. I would likely, honestly, at this point, if I'm a troll, probably just a troll. I'm gonna write the sims again to like make sure they're accurate, but I mean, Orc is not as strong as we thought, right? Troll is about the same for, I mean, demo within reason. Destro is like a bit far down, all that kind of stuff. But if you're looking to change factions or do whatever, you don't really care. Human looks to be the best choice overall. If they buff any spec, I mean, Human's up top, right? If not up top, very close to being it. If you want to be a Tauren, Destro's decent, most decent, and AF is like, you know, it's not great, but you can also be a cow. So, you know, there's that. Now, when it comes to crafting and embellishments in 10.2, I cannot stress enough, I would not craft anything right now. All you're crafting for right now is killing mobs in the new zone that have no health. There is zero reason to craft anything right now whatsoever, as far as I know, and I know. The big reason why embellishments can be nerfed. They nerfed the crap out of Spore Cloak a couple days ago. From what I've seen, for the most part, it looks to be double Roiling Shadow Flame for a lot of like raid sims. I've seen like Roiling Shadow Flame Time Dilation Bracers. I've seen Roiling Shadow Flame Lariat, but it looks like currently Shadow Flame's your best bet, probably overall. Blue Silken Lining, whatever is fine in certain spots, I guess, but uptime on it, you know, it's awkward, right? Now, the big thing, Roiling Shadow Flame is a 10-1 embellishment. They don't like leaving those that good, typically. They might nerf it. The 10-2 ones also aren't very good. They might buff them. There is no reason to craft now. Don't make a single thing. Wait for next week. Wait until you go into the raid and clear it out. Wait as long as you can. See if you get loot from the raid and then craft based around that. But do not craft things right now. You might waste your spark, whatever, and you're gonna be mad at yourself. Yeah, as far as embellishments look, it looks like it's mostly double Shadow Flame. It could be Time Dilation Bracers and Shadow Flame. I've seen Lariat high, like Shadow Flame, but if you're looking at raiding stuff, I probably go Rolling. I wait and see, but I keep those three in mind and go from there. Now, besides that, a couple things really fast here to hit on. If you're looking to do like the Infinite Augment Room Grind Week 1, contracts are available on the auction house. 15 rep per world quest being done. If you want to do this a little bit. At the same time, massive quality of life increase. If you're in Valdrakken, that's loud. You fly over here, there is a portal to the new zone right here on the map. I believe it's like second campaign to get it. It might even be there passively. But it saved me a lot of travel time back and forth. Darkness Fair is active now as well. You can get a bigger rep bonus from doing stuff, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it for Warlock stuff and I guess week 1 stuff. If you have any questions, put them down below. I'll try to get back to you guys on it. I am a little under the weather. Probably not streaming for the next 2 days. I got to rest my voice and get better. I'm leaving on Sunday for the Race to Road First. I'm excited for that. Probably can't tell, but I am. And to clarify, my voice has been scuffed since last Tuesday when I arrived at BlizzCon. I was yelling a bunch. But I got to rest up. But any questions, put them down below. Like I said, always, Week Awards add-ons, links down below if you want them. Twitch, Discord. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. And I will catch you all again soon on stream. Peace.